among these rocks than anywhere else in the world. And that's because nearby there is an inexhaustible supply of bugs. Every morning as the day heats up, the lizards head down to the nearby river gorge, where breakfast is being prepared. The lizards gather on the flat rocks and wait for the black fly midges to hatch. And there they are. Regular as clockwork, a feast of flies. The flies bubble up from the water like popcorn. But they don't just fly into your mouth. You have to catch them. Each lizard will snag dozens of flies a day. That's a lot of exercise, as this slow-motion footage reveals. What hand-eye coordination is to the modern athlete, foot-tongue coordination is to a leaping lizard. Constrained by gravity, lizards are not ideally designed for catching insects in the air. That distinction belongs to a creature who sleeps in a cave during the day and comes alive at twilight. A cave is a microcosm of the outside world, except that here, everything happens in the dark. It takes a specially adapted kind of creature to live in a cave. But the rules of eat and be eaten still apply. Death and predation occur wherever animals live. And underground is no exception. Deer Cave in Borneo is one of the largest underground spaces in the world. The sheer size of Deer Cave allows some animals to gather in huge numbers. Like the 3 million wrinkle-lipped bats who live here. The bats roost high on the walls and ceilings, protected from the elements and safe from most predators. And while they're up here, the bats produce something nature finds useful. This 300-foot-high mound, as tall as a 30-story building, is made entirely of bat droppings. And swarming over it, a thick carpet of giant cockroaches. A species so successful at scavenging, it's hardly changed in 300 million years. Caves are one of the few habitats on Earth not directly powered by sunlight. In the absence of plants, this underground food chain is driven by a continuous supply of bat droppings. The cockroaches feed on this guano and anything that falls into it. The The droppings also support other types of cockroaches, which spend part of their day resting on cave walls. These in turn become food for giant cave centipedes, some nearly 8 inches long. Cave crabs make their home here, sifting through the droppings for nutrients. These scavengers spend their entire lives inside the cave, eating and being eaten. They're totally dependent on food that's brought in from the outside. And the delivery system they use? Bats. Each evening, the bats leave the safety of the cave to hunt for insects in the forest outside. Most of them will return, but some will be snatched out of the sky and devoured. As they leave the cave, the stream of bats form a donut-shaped ring, perhaps to confuse predators. The wheeling bats pass a hungry eagle, but other, more specialized birds of prey are waiting. Peregrine falcons and bat hawks are the jet fighters of the bird world. The hawks swallow their catches on the fly and head back for more. Any bat separated from the group is asking for trouble. Once the evening's hunting is over, the bats return to the cave, where another predator awaits them. Only this one doesn't fly, and instead of talons, it has fangs. A hungry cave snake slides over the limestone walls, moving into position to intercept the returnees. At first glance, it doesn't seem to be a fair match. A bat can detect a snake using echolocation, but the cave snake can't see or hear very well. So it's no wonder it comes up empty. But the failed strikes aren't as random as they appear. In fact, snakes have a secret weapon. Receptors in the snake's head pick up the heat given off by the flying bats, as this thermal image shows. It's almost as if the bats are glowing for the snake, making them a perfect thermal target. The missed strikes are no problem. A cave snake's leisurely life requires very little sustenance. But life moves at a much faster pace in the waters of the Amazon. Here, meals are eaten in a hurry. For the piranha, a single bite is a mere appetizer. And to get in the way of a neighbor's meal is a fatal mistake. Although the oceans account for most of the Earth's daily carnage, freshwater predation also provides some unique perspectives on how marine creatures hunt and kill each other. Deep in the Brazilian rainforest,